Hello, my dear Capricorn. This is your love and spirituality reading for the time between June 16 and June 30, 2017 with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. So, I use the Legacy of the Divine Tarot by Zero Marchetti, and I will start shuffling your cards. And I call the Divine with love and light, and I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world, and I call the 6 elements: earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether, to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Capricorn viewers. So, I want my dear Capricorn to have love in their lives and to find themselves in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. I also want to take the chance to tell you that the Sun in Gemini is opposing Saturn, moving retrograde in Sagittarius. We have Aries and Sagittarius coming out here together with the 4 of Swords. I will try to remember that. So the days when the Sun is still in Gemini before moving into Cancer will be extra fiery with Gemini Sagittarius combination, air and fire. The Sun will continue opposing Saturn in Sagittarius when it moves into Cancer, and the Cancer Sagittarius combination represents the Chariot. 2 opposite forces need to be brought together to get your show on the road. Also, June 21st, we will have the midsummer solstice over the tropical of Cancer. And June 24th, we will have the new moon in Cancer, joined there with the Sun, Mercury, and Mars. Venus will be in Taurus this period. Neptune, Pluto, and Saturn is still moving retrograde, and Jupiter is moving direct since June 10. For you, Capricorn, we have Pluto moving retrograde in your sign, triangling Venus June 19 till 29, opposing Mars June 21st throughout the month, and squaring Jupiter in Libra June 24th, ongoing. Opposing Mercury from June 26th also. And you had Aries resting from Sagittarius. That was interesting. We have Uranus in Aries, actually triangling Saturn retrograde. So Saturn is moving retrograde in Sagittarius. So we'll see. Okay, I will tune in here for a couple of seconds to your reading. So, my dear Capricorn, this is your future, and this is your now, and this is the past. So the now is probably the second half of June 2017, but whenever you watch this, it's probably the exact right time to see it. You can also watch this video several times during this period, because as time progresses, you will probably know more about what I'm talking about. So the first card for you, Capricorn, is the Lovers. The Lovers is a beautiful card about people mirroring each other, usually mirroring each other's shadow, things that you need to learn about yourself. When we marry a person, we marry our own shadow, and we say to that shadow that we will excavate that shadow for the rest of our lives. That's kind of a commitment. But usually that is something rare, to stay with the same person for the rest of our lives. We want to have that because people don't like change, but usually it's like this: you mirror one person until you have seen everything you needed to see with this person and learned something, and changed ourselves according to what we have learned, and then it can be time to move on. But with the Lovers here, we won't talk about that. We will talk about this loving spark and the evolution that actually all our relationship are. They are triggering us to evolve into more of ourselves, see more of ourselves, become more of ourselves. Also know ourselves better, and also get to know others, other cultures, Venus meeting Mars, kind of, and meeting people that has different ways of communicating, different ways of doing things or different likings and dislikes. So the Lovers is a card when boy meet girl, or girl meet girl and boy meet girl, or whatever. It's this magical moment when you feel this attraction from a part of you that's actually have been dormant up till now. And you can also talk about a stable love relationship, since it comes very early here. So we'll see what will happen with that. Oh, death. So yes, this was what I sensed when I took that Lover's card, that love doesn't last forever. And if you want it to last forever, you need to be able to let each other change inside the relationship, and you need to do the necessary changes also to make your love relationship survive. If your partner has been nagging you on something specific and you haven't been listened, that might be what's triggering a breakup. Or if you have tried to communicate with them and they haven't listened, you might also be very fed up with them. Death is not the actual ending. We have the 21 World card being the actual ending of a big cycle. Death is merely a death and a new beginning. Sometimes we need to sacrifice something to gain something new. Death can be a very good card. It can talk about that the partner you have finally are able to do that change that you have asked them to. It can also be that you finally are being able to face the fears within the relationship and do something that will benefit probably you both. But sometimes what we fear most is to let someone go. To let someone go can equal death for us. We don't want to let that person go because we love them, or we have gotten used to them, or there's a nice arrangement. We don't know what will come next. So death is scary. Death is a spider here. It's a Scorpio. Sometimes we also have the snake with the death card, but we had it already here with the Lovers. We have a bird here. Bird is they have this freedom and joy, and they are being able to see things from above. But here the bird is earthbound. We can understand that bird might be scared of the ground actually, and here we can see why. It's dangerous for a bird to be on the ground. And we have a horse here. It seems like a horse from death. Maybe the rider is dead too. When we have the sign of Pluto, and Pluto is now moving retrograde in Capricorn and triangling Venus, June 19 to 29, but this is seemed to be earlier, maybe in the beginning of June or in the end of May, and it might have happened earlier as well. Sometimes it's very hard to get over if this were a breakup. But we have the white rose here, so that's something new that's coming. When we go into a very ancient forest, we see death everywhere. Big trees that have fallen, but new trees that's growing on the trunk on that tree. So all things need to die to give room for the new things to come. So this is not bad news actually. This is divine intervention. You have probably asked for something. You have begged for something to change. And when the change is coming, try to stay centered in yourself, and with this goal, we have the arrow here, firm before your eyes, so you can take this change and not be so upset about it, because it's probably a help, and a help that you have actually asked for also. But when it comes, you might not really like it, because people don't like changes, and this bump in the road can be troublesome. But here you have a Three of Coins. So for some of you, you will be able to work through those things in the relationship. It doesn't have to be a love relationship. It can be a relationship between friends and family, and also co-workers, or whatever kind of relationship you have. Three of Coins is kind of, you need to take the necessary discussion and find a solution to the problems that have appeared. It might be like kind of finding a closure and finding a great way to part as friends, or it might be finding a healthy solution to how to move on and actually make the change stable this time. Because often when we change for another person, we kind of change and then we go back to our old habits, and then we try to change again and we go back to our old habits. This is like trying to find a way to not go back to the old habits. Either it is within a relationship or within you. Because you have learned something here with the Death card. You have learned something, and now you need to keep that knowledge fresh in your mind so you don't do the same mistakes again. This is a person being very skilled, and it's a person being skilled because they have worked on this and done a lot of mistakes during their lifetime. They are probably this is a little bit of an older gentleman that have been working on this craft for his whole life. Maybe he started when he was really young. So it's talking about a person being very skilled with what they are doing. So remember to be skilled. Remember what you have been being taught here in this relationship that was so important, that death came to visit. Death is a gratification. It's kind of, yes, now it will change. This will change. It will finally change. Something that you have been hooked up on, like, this is not really feeling nice, this is not exactly what I wanted, and now it has changed. But to keep this change, you also need to remember what this thing, this situation in this relationship has taught you. So don't fall into the same pitfalls again. Don't do the same mistakes again. Keep yourself awake. You need to be awake here so you can do these necessary changes step by step. It's Trinity, so it's you working together with the divine and probably a third person to find solutions that will work for each and every one. So we'll see. It can be also sometimes you are overloading yourself with work to kind of think about this, and it can be a good thing. If you really want the relationship to end, it can be a good thing to keep yourself a little bit preoccupied. So here's a King of Swords. So a King of Swords might be an Aquarius person, or a Libra or a Gemini. It might be any kind of person, but a person that has the ability to detach from their feelings and fly like this bird very high above. So for some of you, you might feel like your partner has escaped this without any retributions, like they are emotionally detached and just flying away. So that might be a little bit hurtful, but it's also showing a little bit for you how you can deal with this. Try to be logic about this. Stay in your logic, and I don't want people to run around and be preoccupied, but do things like occupy yourself with work that actually makes you happy. This is harmonious work. It's not running around stressful work trying to keep yourself preoccupied from thinking. It's more doing something that's actually fun, having something for your hands, and keeping yourself stoic and logic during this period of time, being able to see things from above, and that the things that you might have sacrificed with the death actually were things that you didn't want anymore. The King of Swords is also, if you need to solve this with a partner, try to think logic and also try to see things from their point of view. Try to be like very emotionally mature and grown up in this situation. Try to not be so much in your ego and try to not have control. Try to be a really like a good judge, a good friend, like a person that's being able to see things from every angle. So you're sometimes the King of Swords is kind of a police or a judge, and if it would have come upside down, I don't do reversal, but if it's badly situated, it can be a control freak, someone that wants to have power just because it's fun. So you might have this kind of situation with a person that they have had power over you because they thought it was fun, or you have had power over them because you thought it was fun. And here it's talking about a much more harmonious way to do things, to actually find like a higher altitude within you where you don't where you don't crawl around in this kind of power corrupted personality behavior. So try to be a little bit stoic. When death comes, we need to mourn, of course, we need to mourn, but it seems like you are building a bridge. From my point of view, it seems like you are building a bridge here. Maybe you have been able to do a really beautiful change that you were really scared of doing before, and now you are starting to build a bridge here over this, so you can do things in another kind of way than you have done things before. And then you might need to be a little bit practical and stoic to be able to make this change. Here we have a 7 of coins. So 7 of coins is a card about that you need to kind of, it's a time of grounding yourself, thinking back a little bit, because this is a person that's a farmer. So they always need to know what they did with their crop that was successful and what they did that weren't so successful, and how much rain or water a plant need, or how much is too much, and also what kind of nourishment do this crop need, and what is too much, what is burning off the crop. So this is a time of evaluation. It's not a time to give up. With the 7 of coins, it might be like this gap that you need to overcome with the bridge. So for some of you, it will feel like giving up, or everything you have worked for was in vain. But actually, it's a time of evaluation to see what's actually working for you. You see also the sun is coming in here now in my room. So really emphasizing this. She is actually looking happy. She is actually seeing that this is a stepping stone on on her way, his or her way to accomplish her goal, this person's goal. We can see that this is fully grown, but these are just, it's kind of opportunities, but it's not being any fruit or flowers just yet. So the 7s are always challenges, and here is the challenge to keep yourself stoic, to keep yourself level-headed, to be very awake with what you have learned and not do the same mistakes again, actually benefit from the situation and see what the situation has taught you. And remember this teaching, don't forget it, don't fall into sleep again, and be very patient, because when things are changing, when death comes, there's kind of an emptiness. After death has come, there's kind of a vacuum. Something has been lost. Something is forever changed. And this is an emptiness that we can have a hard time to deal with, because something is missing, and we don't like when things are missing. But try to stay with this. This is missing. Okay, so it's missing, it's gone. And something else is going to fill its place, but not really yet. It will be a pause. All 7s are for spiritual growth. They are challenges that you can't really do so much about this. You are just in this situation, and you need to cope with it in the best way you know how to. And here it's patience that's needed, to wait for this new thing, like wait for it, and keep yourself level-headed and logic, so you don't fall into the same pitfall again. So I will take down my curtain. I think the sun has done its job here now. So that's better, yes. I want you to see this. We have this King of Swords here. It can be that you want to continue a relationship with a very very clear-headed, maybe very sharp-minded, maybe a little bit a power junkie kind of person, but there might not be enough emotions to keep this relationship going. For some of you, I think, with the 3 of coins coming like this, that you have taken a lot of responsibility for the relationship, and when you don't, there's no one there to kind of pick up where you left off. there can have been an imbalance in a relationship. And for you cross watchers, you might think that this is the Capricorn being like this, not emotionally available, and that's usually like this. We take different parts of a relationship, yin and yang, and usually the more stoic people, those who are not so emotional, they don't care so much for tarot, so they won't watch this. So okay, the next row of cards, see here if I can get this arranged. So this was in the past, so May or early June. It might have gone on for a longer time as well for some of you. This is in the now, and here we have a little page of coins coming underneath the Lover's card. So something in this relationship purified you to get closer to your inner child and to your actual destiny or mission. Something within this relationship purified you to become more pure and honest, and also to know more what you actually want. And this is kind of a student, but it's a student in higher teachings like spiritual growth, and might also be within crafts and arts and things like this. It's a dream worker. It's a person being able to have a very almost like fairy-like connection with the divine. It's very beautiful. So the Page of Coins is something with you have been purified in this relationship, and it's your inner child is involved and the needs of that inner child, and you need to listen to it because it's going to guide you in the right direction. What you want, what you like, what you need is actually going to bring you to that place that you need to be. Sometimes we want to settle. We want to be satisfied, and that's really good. We should be satisfied. We shouldn't always like be in anticipation and want the next thing to come. But we really need to know ourselves, to know what actually makes us happy and not. And if we are staying in a situation that isn't making us happy, we are actually not putting ourselves on our highest path towards our highest destiny. If we want to find our soulmate, if we want to find like the situation that's is for us, even if it is just for a while, we need to go where our longing takes us or our needs takes us. We are not supposed to starve. And we are supposed to recognize our soulmates with the actual things that make us feel attracted. Sometimes we can be attracted to things that will be a very teaching situation, like we can be attracted by very abusive people because we need to learn something. And that might not be like the happiest event, but we don't get what we want always, but we always get what we need. So sometimes if you feel like you're always attracted by people that's putting you down or doing things in a way that you don't like, stay with this knowing and see what it is, because usually when you are attracted, it might not actually be attraction, it might be fear. You might have learned, you have been domesticated in a way to feel that love is actually hurting. So if you feel the feelings of love inside of you, it might feel like a sting or a thorn or a sorrow, because you have learned love in a way that's actually not very healthy. We get domesticated like this by our family. We learn love from them. So if we haven't really been learning the best kind of love from them, we are going to be attracted about what we know sometimes. So get aware about this. It's just a stepping stone. Here you have the 5 Fate cards. So this is kind of the inheritance from our ancestors, like the social thing. It can come down in generations after generations, the same kind of flawed behavior, and you might have taught maybe a kind of flawed love from your ancestors. And it's a masculine card here, death is also connected to the Emperor. 13, 1 plus 3 is 4. You have 4, 5 here. So it might be some problem with the masculinity, not being able to have tears maybe, or to connect in a loving way, or to show love, or to show appreciation, or to bend yourself for someone else. If one person in the relationship is very, very masculine and stoic and like on a little bit of a power trip, that is not going to be a balanced relationship. Both people needs to be able to define their own borders and boundaries in the relationship, and those boundaries should be respected in both ways. So I think this is something you are working very intensely with now. How to connect with love. What have you been taught from your ancestors? What in this needs to go? It's almost look like a return here to your family. Maybe you need to return to your original family to see your patterns more clearly. What has made you to who you are? Maybe you need to look at your the situation first and foremost with your father. What did he taught you about love and relationships, and how to be a good person, and how this is a person that wants to do good, that wants to be liked, wants to be appreciated, wants to have kind of the authority to say, well, you did a good job, I'm proud of you. So this thing, wanting someone to be proud of you and wanting other people from the outside to like you, might actually be what has put you in a little bit of a pickle in the first place. If you want to be very subordinate and be a good servant and be a good, like, helping other people in a very unconditional way, it might show a lack of self-love. It might show that you actually need to give a little bit more love towards yourself, first and foremost, so you don't need this attention from others constantly. It might be a lack because you didn't get the attention that you actually needed when you were a child, but you are a grown-up now. You can give this fatherly attention to yourself. The King of Swords is a very good listener. It's a person being able to not chat so much, but actually listen. Maybe you need to cultivate this kind of personality skill within yourself, this archetype, being able to be very clear-headed and see what's going on, see things from an above level, and also give yourself, your inner child, a lot of attention. During the past year, many people all over the world have been working with taking in their opposite energy. Earth should be taken in air, air, earth, fire, water, water, fire, and so on. So this might have been your work to not only be grounded and like a good worker and good with money and a stable husband or wife, but actually also be able to be logic and take very logical decisions for yourself, and not always be a servant or a person working very hard. Maybe you have some other visions. So very central in this reading comes Knight of Coins. So that's you, of course. And we see the growing here, because here you have a little Page of Coins, pure earth. Here you have the Fate card, that's actually Taurus. Knight of Coins also being Taurus. You are king. King of Coins, but this is showing some development. It's like you are here a child in your family, here you become a teenager and you're supposed to define yourself, and it seems like you're doing so in a very harmonious manner. You are not this teenager kind of raging around doing stupid things. You just step by step arrange things in your life to suit you and your needs, and what makes you happy, and what makes you feel grounded, and what makes you feel content. Knight of Coins have long-term plans. It's a very loyal, dependable person that is not easily to change their course when they have put their mind to something, but they're also a little bit slow. So if you're waiting for a Capricorn person, patience might be needed, but we'll see here. The next card is the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups together with the King of Swords it seems like you will be doing much better choices within love, or there might come a person to you with love, but if there's an outside person coming to you, they might have like you might need to wait for their emotions to grow on you. They seem to be very interested in you, but they might have like they might want to check you out first. A King of Swords is a person checking things out, listening, being very awake, being very intuitive, seeing things from an above level. So you have two knights here. It might indicate that you are going to meet either earth person or a water person. It can be any sign actually, but with this knight, this is feminine knights. It's the earth and the water. So it's something that's growing. It's like a luscious paradise garden. It's very beautiful. It's very it's very hopeful, I would say. Here it's something, maybe you have more than one suitor or more than one love interest, or maybe maybe there's coming back someone from the past to say that they're sorry. We'll see what about that. Here you have a Queen of Coins as well, so we see you're growing here. It's very beautiful. Pure earth, Taurus, Virgo. So the little child, the teenager, and the grown matriarch, like the Empress kind of energy. The Queen of Coins is very unconditional in her love. It's a very good friend. It's a very good mother. It's a good daughter as well, and a good teacher. It's a person being able to make a very beautiful home or make you feel very welcome. So this might of course be you, but there's a lot of people here. I think you are growing in a very hasty manner here in the end of June, or maybe you are going to grow into a new love relationship. The Knight of Cups is usually something bearing gifts to us, and the Knight of Coins is like being a farmer, putting the seed to the ground. You had a seed, you had a longing. Maybe it includes family. Maybe you want a family. Maybe you want something tangible. Maybe you want to build something. It's Taurus twice here, so it can be with money as well. Maybe you want to change your location of work. Maybe you want to build some solid relationship from base. I think many Capricorn will be family oriented, or maybe searching for that person that will be, because this is a Queen of Coins and you are usually the King of Coins, so you might be searching for your soulmate. You might be searching for your partner or someone to get married to. We'll see with the Seven of Coins that you might have been waiting for this person for quite some time. And in the same time, there's this new person. It might be the old person is also coming back, but the King of Swords and the Queen of Coins, it might also be that the new male or female in your life might have a baggage with some ex-partner. It might also be, as I said before, with the Seven of Coins here, that you need to have patience with this person. Maybe they are not going to be hasty in love. And that means they are not hasty out of love either. It's probably a very dependable person here. So it might be you courting someone as well that's a little bit stoic, or a little bit like maybe very smart, but yet very grounded as well, and warm and generous. But you need to have patience with this person. Or you need to have patience with yourself. Maybe you want to go out and find someone really quick, but there might be that you need to mature a little bit first, or actually find out what you want, and be a little bit picky with the King of Swords. Be a little bit picky. Don't fall for first person you see if you don't feel that everything is like falling into place. If there's things that you are worried about, check those out closer, because you have the King of Swords here, so you're able to be very mindful, awake and aware. This is your future, and underneath the Lovers and the Page of Coins you have a Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords is you have some scary memories from past relationships that might either there's a chance for you to heal those now, or they will flare up and make you anxious, and therefore when we get anxious, we usually destroy things in our lives. So try to feel the pain, but don't believe it to be true. Just because it happens to you like 100 times, it doesn't have to happen 101 time. Why it happened to you 100 times? Well, because you were probably socialized in a way that wasn't really good for you, that made you have a low self-esteem, or feeling that things wouldn't go well for you, or people didn't really love you, or they didn't really support you. And when you were brought up this way, you thought that this was the reality, and therefore if you have these assumptions, you make this reality again and again and again in your life. So be very watchful of negative thinking. Don't jump into conclusions with people. Don't think things just because they don't answer their text message on time, or they are saying something that seems a little bit off. Don't jump into conclusions. It's probably, here it's warning you that it's probably something old. It's probably something that's a hurt from a past relationship. It's something you carry with you within your inner child. Someone has been cruel to you, and you are afraid that people will be cruel to you in the future as well. And when you are, you usually create this with your own behavior, because you will jump into conclusion, and people will feel that you are judging them, and they will start maybe to step away from you like this. So you need to stay grounded. You have a lot of ground here, so stay grounded. Don't let your mind fly with bad news, because this Nine of Swords is a very powerful card. It's connected to the Hermit, so if you want to be alone again, or single, it's a good thing to be very suspicious of other people. But if not, try to know this as the fears, and you were actually able to face those fears here. So and this must have proved to you that you are strong enough to cope with this also in the future. So don't be so afraid. Here you have a Nine of Cups. So Nine of Cups is envision this what you want instead for envision this what you don't want. Stop thinking about the bad things that can happen, and take this energy into envision what you want instead. Nine of Cups, it's a wish card. What you wish for now is also what the divine is going to help you getting. It's the replacement for what were destroyed here with the Death card, and it's something to have to do with family and tradition and culture, and like safety foundation. You want something, you have a need of something. This is the Hermit 9, so it's kind of separated from this card. This is family, it's your relatives, it's traditions, it's how we have always done things, and the Hermit is how I want to do things. So it's like you need to split a little bit from tradition, but just to like crystallize out what it is that you want in your relationships or in your life. The Nine of Cups is careful what you wish for, because you might end up getting it. The forces of the universe are gathering to get you this what you want, and also we are rather protected, because most people are thinking negative thoughts a great deal of their day, and if everything came to life like how you're thinking it, you would live in an absolute hell. But fortunate for us, we are kind of protected from our own negative thinking. So if we think negative thoughts like 10 hours a day, and just take 10 minutes thinking positive and dreaming of our future, this is more likely to come true. But I'm also saying this because there's a shift going on where we are going to get more responsibility for our own actions and thoughts and where we put our energy. So it could be a very crucial time to start balancing this, thinking more positive, about things than negative, jumping into more positive conclusion than negative, and still having the clear sense of mind. Like, don't fall into a pitfall of illusions. And if a person acts in a certain way, call them on this. Ask them nicely, like, you didn't text me the whole day. I was a little bit worried. I felt a little insecure. What happened? And the person can explain to you. And if they have a good explanation and you feel calm, that's probably it. Okay? And if you don't feel calm, that's probably not it. And you might have been right in the first place. You need to listen to your own intuition. Listen to your own feelings about the situation. So trust your romantic little heart to be able to make a judgment call like this. The next card is the Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups is you. Again, is a person being like rather happy with what they have and not really dare to dream about what they really, really want to have, like the big Ace of Cups here. So, and it's a masculine number 4 again, like with the 5 and the 4 here. And it comes underneath the beautiful, those beautiful cards that's about you. So it seems like you're a little bit anxious about if you are going to get this, what you want or not. So it's almost like you stop dreaming. It seems like you get, you are kind of getting this, what you want here, even though it has some glitches because you need to have patience and all this. But here you start to get worried, and you start to almost withdraw from the situation, and that's not good for your creations. So don't do this. Don't back away from your dream. Keep your dream clear, but you don't have to be so hasty into getting it. So that's good to be relaxed here and now and still have the vision. So I think you need to put in some work into to kind of dream about what you have, daydream a little bit, not in a negative sense, but in a positive sense. That could be very beneficial. So here you have a 4 of Wands, and it comes underneath the King of Swords and the Knight of Cups. So it seems like you will have some kind of stable relationship here with a person. You have the 4 here and the 4 here. It might be also that you're starting to love yourself and trusting your heart better, trusting your own instincts better, your own logic mind better. This is self-love. Whatever you create will come to fruition. So we see this is almost like hell, and you're creating your own heaven on earth with your visions. It might also be that air sign person wants to come back into your life saying that they're sorry. It might be any kind of it might be you also going back saying you're sorry to someone because you want a relationship back. Maybe you're starting to dream about something that you have lost here. But this King can be any kind of sign. It's kind of cornering with Earth here. So it's saying that it might be you or a person that has all of those qualities, being earthbound, smart. It doesn't have to be water, air, or earth. It can be any sign. Okay. So the next card here is an Ace of Cups. So it seems like the new love will come into you, and it comes from your own good work here. 3 of Coins, putting in, like, keeping yourself mindful of what didn't work before, and use those skills to actually improve, and then go out with romantic intentions. It doesn't have to be romantic. It can be if you want a new work, what are you passionate about, and put all your effort into this one point to create this what you want. We can see this Ace of Cups here, here, and here, and here we see this, you envisioning this, and here you're also envisioning this. It doesn't have to be a new love. It can be a renewal in love if you had some deep breakdown here. After a time of where things are kind of settling and you are deciding what you want, things might hit off again with a person from before, because this row is rather strong. And here this is like patience and maybe you and a new start. So don't be too hasty into inviting someone back if they have been cruel to you. Keep this like what you really want before your eyes. And it might be new love as well with some person. It might be like some very earthbound person, maybe a gardener or something like that. So okay, so I will take a card for you from my new oracle deck, Oracle of Vision. It's Ciro Marchetti, the same artist that has done those Legacy of the Divine tarot. So for my dear Capricorn, I haven't really seen all this card, and this was new to me. So this is about gambling. It's also about seeing yourself and being lucky. I think it has to do with the Nine of Cups. I think you need to maybe gamble a little bit to get this fortunate future, and but don't play people. Be mindful of that. I don't see any of those cards, but she looks like she has been in the game for quite some time. Might be connected to the King of Swords here, so there's a little bit of warning. See too that the person is like, keep yourself awake so you don't get fooled by anyone here. And we have the 7-7 showing itself here. You have the 7 of coins here, and we have clover here, and here we have nature. So it might be something, maybe you need to reconnect with nature, and it's 7, so it's like something is out of your control. It's almost like the Wheel of Fortune. Things are going to happen here and you don't really know how it's going to end up for you. And it's Friday the 13th. It's a black cat crossing, so don't be too suspicious. It's like this, expecting heaven or hell. It doesn't have to be so black and white. Life is usually more colorful. It's not just this black and white thing. Either it will be great or it won't. Usually it's kind of great, but kind of not great also, because life is challenge. I will read a little bit of this card for you, because as I said, I have never seen it before. Lady Luck, fate, taking risk, evaluating the odds, superstition. You've got to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk? That's Clint Eastwood. I actually heard that on radio yesterday. That was interesting. Are we relying too much on luck? Are we struggling to pay our bills but still buying a lottery ticket? Are we basing important decisions simply on the hope that things will turn out in our favor? If so, good luck and keep your fingers crossed. So I think it's about this King of Swords thing, that you need to keep yourself a little bit leveled and see things from above. Take the lucky strikes that you got, but also be mindful of when they are not so lucky. So just keep your eyes open, just be awake, and don't take crap from no one. That's what I'm getting out of this. And also dream your future. You are the creator. It's not just only lucky strikes. It's a lot of your doing and what you are thinking. So, past life oracle card, to see a little bit what you have with the Death and the Nine of Swords here, what's going on for Capricorn. Spiritually and religion, and we see a knight here as well. We have 2 knights there. So it's actually about something that you need to learn. It's something that's very crucial. So as I said, don't forget this, what you have been taught now recently in a relationship. It's something that you need to keep for future endeavor and for your future mission, and to be, this is kind of also this kind of stoic love. You have the King of Swords, so it might be that you need to be very honorable within your relationship. You need to maybe imagine like some hero of yours, some with very high moral standard, and kind of act like them, fake it till you make it kind of thing. Become this very stoic person. You see a unicorn here also for dreams and luck. So I think you are in a very crucial moment in time where you actually hold your own destiny in your hands. So be very smart about things and level-headed and nice, real nice. Don't jump into conclusions. Facts will be important here. Okay. I hope this helped. Thank you for watching and liking, subscribing, and commenting. Utterly beautiful to in my channel. It's you're really heightening the vibration of this channel with all those beautiful comments. I try to read as many as possible and answer if I get the time. I hope I will see you again in the beginning of July, so take really good care. Okay, bye bye.